What's up, GH peeps? It's your girl, Taweri Babes, coming at you with a late night review for Tuesday. That's right, guys. It is May the 7th, 2024. It is Taco Tuesday. And no, I'm okay. I didn't have tacos, but my dinner was delicious. I hope you guys had a fabulous Tuesday, and I hope that you're, just this video finds you well, you chilling, you either, you know, getting ready for bed or washing dishes or just relaxing. Whatever you're doing, I hope that, whenever you're listening, I hope that you're chillaxing. How was GHing for you guys? Highs, lows, woes. Okay, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. So Anna and Chocolate Bennett. I wish I could do that song. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Because I don't know, guys. And we all know that Anna's had, chocolate before. Dr. Andre. What? That was his name. Let me make sure I'm getting this man's name right. But, yeah. Are they Kim testing her with him? Because this is, I'll look into it when I look into it. But this is the second or several scenes that we've seen with them. And the second scene that we've seen with them, fourth scene that we've seen with them, where they're just like talking, having conversations. First of all, they getting our boy on recurring, and I like that. I like that because the only chocolatey man on there should not just be Curtis. I'm sorry, okay? Thank you. Thank you, GH. Thank you, GH. We need that. I need that. And he chocolate and he's sexy and I need that. So, and I'm wondering if Anna needs that too. That's my only highlight, guys. I am sorry. Everything else, and Drew being unappropriate with Willow, grabbing and holding on her hand and massaging her hand with his thumb and stuff. I watched all kinds of stuff, guys. That's a yick chemistry. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, that's a yick chemistry. But, it would be soapy, juicy, and a hot mess if he was schlepping both mom and daughter. Just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. It would be a soapy, hot mess. It would be something that used to come on the 80s or something like that. Or the 90s. I ain't gonna say if I would hate that or I would find it disgusting, but I would watch it. Yep, with popcorn. Because it's a soap opera. That's what we come for, the soapy hot messiness of it. But it was disturbing. Watching him, how he was with her, yeah, I really peeped game this time, watched all of it. I was like, and she even had to like move her hand back. But anyway, that's my highlights, guys. Yeah, that's my highlights. Please leave your highlights in the highlight section. In the comment section. You guys know I love your comments. Let me know what y'all thought about what I just said about both of them. Anywho, let's get into it, guys. So we're at the Metro Court, and we have several situations going on at the Metro Court. We got Drew and Willow, and we got Nina and Valentine. And we got Jordan and Sonny. Sonny was using those dimples today. He's got fabulous dimples. But anyway, Jordan and Sonny are discussing making a significant donation to Port Charles in behalf of his children. He wants his kids to see the city that he loves. And I'm guessing since Laura cut him down about his picture that he wanted to be, done for Port Charles, he's trying his dimples on Jordan. And it worked. Even though Jordan did have questions, and he was like, well, ask away. And she's like, don't want no dirty money, bruh. I don't want no dirty money. And he says, oh, no. Everything will come from, the good parts of the business, investments and stuff like that. Because Sonny is just not all bad. He just gets a little dirty. A little dirty. Okay, he gets a lot dirty, but he don't get dirty like drugs and all that dirty, but he get dirty. You know what I'm saying? But she does have 3 programs on the top of her head that she could think of that would benefit from his financial support. So she's going to keep it in mind. She's not saying no. Uh, and while they're over there talking, Nina and Valentine are catching up. Okay, well, when Sonny walked in to see Jordan, and he looked over and see Nina, she was like, he gave her that look and kept walking. Girl, bye, sit down somewhere. If you don't stop your pininess, Nina. And this is I know people always say, Tori, why you harping on Nina? Because she won't. I'm gonna leave it alone. But she needs to stop. Okay, this man, she fell in love with somebody that really wasn't a real person. She fell in love with a fantasy. I mean, even though Ava was wrong as hell and definitely got her just desserts yesterday, she wasn't. She was not. She was telling her homegirl the truth. That was never going to last. Who you were in love with, what you wanted, who you were, that was never going to work. It just wasn't. Okay, so let it go, girl, and get on Drew. Go on, Drew Nina. How y'all gonna ship that name? I found out what ship means. I don't know, guys. I'm not into the soap lingo like that. But anyway, she tells him about, her and Willow and their update of, Willow letting go of the hate and, trying to, work things out slowly. And Valentine is worried about Drew poisoning Willow because, he's over there talking to Willow about that charity thing. And Nina tells him, oh, not to worry. He knows what's good for him. I was like, yeah, Rug Burns. He sure does. Woo! I do like their sizzle though, and if they can keep it sizzling and not being messy sizzling, you know what I'm saying? But if they can keep that fire going on, I'm all for Drew and Nina. So while they're over there talking, Drew and 45 and Willow, Drew was just I wrote it. I couldn't even really hear what he was saying because he was making me so uncomfortable. He just was. I was just really uncomfortable. And he had told her that she was young, beautiful, and charming. And I added, yeah, and your nephew's wife. They're holding hands. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on right here? Nina, I would be watching him like, why are you holding my daughter's hands? Rubbing your fingers on her hands like, oh, I'm just want to comfort you. That is are they, you think? No, because I think he's married. You think they're having an affair? Or like on the set? Because, I'm sorry, guys. There is just something. But like I said, you noticed when he was rubbing her hands like that with his thumb. And y'all can play that back. It was obvious, okay? She pushed back. She was like, Like, dude, we're on TV. Your wife's going to know. I don't know. It's just, But he doesn't want her to take the job if she feels like she's doing it because of a debt. Like, you're doing this because you feel obligated to me. I don't want you to do this because I know you're a private person and you are going to have to open up about your life, about a lot of your struggles and everything that you went through. I just want to make sure you're doing this because you want to do this, not because you feel because I saved your life. And I'm like, there was several people that were there. But okay, if we want to give the soul energy to Drew, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but he just wants to make sure that, she's wanting to do this. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, I also want to make sure that you're going to be able to manage, the hospital still and doing that. You're going to have to probably draw back from the hospital a little bit. She's like, oh, I'm already going to let that go. And he's like, well, I hope it's not because of this. More weirdness with, body movements. I'm just, like I say, guys, she says yes, basically. And then, of course, we're going to go right on over to Nina and Valentine. And they discuss Nina working for Drew now and Valentine purchasing the Invader for her. And Valentine likes the installment of DeWitt as the associate publisher because he has turned the Invader back to a tabloid. And I was like, wasn't that the whole deal, was to turn the Invader from the tabloid kind of situation because people really weren't digging that? But I'm guessing people are digging it now, and I'm just freaking out by the fact that people still read magazines and stuff because I don't know who does. But anyway, circulation has increased, and Nina smiles and is like, oh, this must be driving Alexis crazy. And I'm just like, Nina's just petty to the world. I don't even think it's Carly. I think Carly has her like Pacific, like, but she don't like, no, I don't think she likes, I think strong women, she don't like strong women. I think they're intimidating to her because she pretends, because that's what she wants to be. Yeah, hey, that's my opinion, guys. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So Valentine says it's a win-win because people are reading Alexis's hardcore stories. So because they're reading it because of the smut that's being portrayed on it. Oh my gosh! And when Nina called Drew an arrogant, entitled, he said, oh, working with him, he's arrogant, he's entitled and rude. I was like, oh my gosh, just like you, arrogant, entitled, and rude. Y'all, you two are actually the perfect couple. You two are the perfect couple. Yeah. I really wanted him back with Sam, but I'm thinking that this might be the best one for him. But she adds that he is a savvy businessman. And I'm thinking back again, and I hope you guys remember when she did that whole entire article about Drew leading with his heart, but I guess now he's a savvy businessman because he's boinking her shaboinking. And then she goes into, and this is why I think Nina's falling in love to him, because she goes into disparaging on this man and then going to singing high praises of him. And I'm like, yeah, you're digging Drew. You're digging Drew. I know he's digging you. You're digging Drew, Nina. You need to stop playing. And then she talking about, I just can't stand him though. I said, yeah, but you can lay down for him. You can get under the table for him. Under the desk for him. You can get on the table for him. You can be pushed up against the wall for him. So maybe, you can't stand him, but you can do all those other things we just mentioned just fine. And Valentine mentions him going too hard on her, and I start to now wonder, are they talking about them working together or something else? Did y'all get that? Like, does he know maybe that she's Sheboygan the boss? Whatever, because I had 45 minutes worth of hardness. I mean, I'm sorry. My mature audience, I'm sorry. I'm tired. Don't leave me, please. Your girl's getting it back together. Nina says her and Drew has some fierce altercations. And I was like, yeah, now y'all just doing the nasty. Y'all might have had some fierce altercations before, but now it's just Mr. Nasty time. That's basically what it is. But we have managed a quid pro quo. And I was like, is that what she's naming what they're doing on the desk? Underneath the desk and on the wall? Guys, I had to look up quid pro quo. I don't think that's what the word means. I don't think she's using the right word for that. She then walks over to prove to Valentine that she is running things. And says something to Drew. I mean, if you're going to come over there, at least come up with a better excuse. Because she came over there with nothing on her mind to introduce herself. But to say, oh, Drew, I'm so sorry for interrupting, your conversation. I just wanted to, let you know that I wanted to run something about the article in Crimson with you. And I'm like, when have you ever had to discuss with him about your articles in Crimson? And you know what? I sat there for a minute and I was like, they are really lowbrow in Willow. It's like they make her so all super strong, and they make, I don't think you should have to make the characters naive for stuff to happen like that. I think she should be looking and be like, girl, you came over here because I was here. I mean, I wish they would make it at least that kind of reality, like they would have real reactions to certain things instead of just this, oh no, I'm actually glad you're here. Can I tell her, Drew? I'm going to be the new spokesperson for the new so-and-so and so. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm just like, So to push the agenda and the narrative, we are just gonna be lobotomizing people. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have a temporary lobotomy and it ha ha he he to some craziness when you know why she came over there. And I'm not saying be petty, guys, because you can't be petty forever, and that is her mom. But what I'm saying is, yeah, but in the back of her mind, she got to be thinking that, like, I know she came over here, and she could have told that to Drew, like, yeah, I know, because he apologized. She says, all good. I know she came over here because, I was here and talking to you, and, it's hard for her. Just be honest about something like that, but just acting like it's nothing was just weird to me. It's just like you can't turn on and off a switch and just say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be happy with you from now on. That's not natural. And then when she leaves after talking to Drew, that was the craziest part. It's because then Willow leaves and Nina looks up at her and gets all excited. And you know what Willow does? Do you think she turns and says goodbye to Nina? Waves at Nina. I'll talk to you later to Nina. She walks her little happy ass right into that damn elevator and goes home. And he's like, yeah, guys. They got to make it make sense for me. That's all I got to say. But anyway, so when after that happens, Nina, of course, goes back to Valentine looking like she about to pee on herself because she is so happy. My daughter smiled at me. And that was the only smile you got, boo. Because after she left, she didn't even look your way. She just walked out the door. This is horrible. Drew later comes by over to Sonny's table and I think they're wrapping, him and Jordan are wrapping it up. And I guess he wanted to buy Sonny's gem, and Sonny was like, man, I thought about it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And Drew's like, it's all good because that's what he's trying to do. I think they're trying because, Drew always saying he's a businessman, but we've never seen him do any business. So I think this is what GH is doing right now, is saying, oh, yes, see, Drew is doing business. He is a savvy businessman. You know what I'm saying. I don't know why I was doing a robot. That was weird. But then Drew sits down and talks to Jordan about his meeting with the congressman. And she's like, how did you get in with him? He's like, doesn't take interviews with nobody. And he's like, oh, it's complicated. Eye gleaming Nina. But I guess him and Jordan are going to work on some things about how to get, not him and Nina, him and Jordan, because Jordan's like, that was kind of my plan. So I know what you're talking about. I was talking about this for Port Charles. And I'm like, look at Drew stealing plans from women. Did I say that out loud? I sure did. I'm not taking it back either. But yeah, she was. But basically, he just had some notes and some scratch notes and some sticky notes. Jordan actually has a plan. So I think that's going to make the congressman even more happier about it. So it looks like, yep, you see it, guys. Do you see the connection that I see? He already hired Curtis to work in this, and now he's enlisting Jordan to work on this too. So once again, we are going to have Jordan Curtis atmosphere. So I guess Portia really is going to be nervous about Curtis being gone so long, because he's going to be with his ex-wife, the one he was just kissing on. I don't like when my brain works like this, guys, but it's working like this, okay? Let's move on. Let's keep moving. Where was he at? Oh, I'm done with that story, because now we're going to go over to Leather. Hey, that's Heather and Laura. Leather. Is that what y'all do when y'all call that ship thing? I just shipped Leather. I'm going to hell. I'm not going to hell. But let me stop. Okay. So Laura visits Heather in Pentonville. Heather's doing better since the surgery and wants to see Ace. Of course she does. So she can make sure that she knows what baby she's kidnapping. Laura tells Heather about Ace making, and this was adorable because I would love that too, about her singing a lullaby to Ace before he goes to bed, and him singing along with his own little words. Oh, I bet, I know as a grandma, that is the most adorable thing that they can do. Um, Heather talks about how lucky Laura is as she gets to know the good and bad Esme, and I call ultimate BS on all this. And y'all can come for me. I don't give two flying finger ducks, okay? Being a good mother does not absolve you from all your past freaking criminal crimes. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Don't come up on here talking about when she was a good mom. I'm going to love your stuff, like your stuff, and I'm probably going to laugh at it too. Because that's bogusness. That does not dissolve you of your crimes. She tried to get my girl who did nothing to her, but be good to her, to in jail for something she didn't do, ruin her good name, man. Yeah, Esme can kick rocks. She can sit there and hang out with the little sea lions. She calls Ryan a murdering bastard like her, and I like that part. But Heather talks about blaming Trina, Spencer, and everybody for all the bad things that happened to Esme, and then I lost it, and I lost a little bit then. I was like, excuse me, what did Trina do? What did Trina do to your daughter? Did she deserve to get that poisoning that she did when she gave her that stuff and had her all loop-de-doop? She didn't deserve that. She deserved to get set up. Trina was nothing but good to her. So it kind of irritates me that everybody would put Trina along with Spencer and everybody else, how everybody else was treating her. If anybody gave Esme any type of saving grace, it was Trina. But now she doesn't remember how unaliving these people would have actually helped Esme. And I like how they're portraying. I don't like how they're portraying this because Esme was doing the same thing that you did. Her excuse for what she was doing was behind Ace. Her trying to take Ace Spencer out and kidnap Trina was behind Ace, right? She didn't have any metal poisoning. When she was being, and I'm so tired of people saying, when she was being manipulated by her, she didn't even know that man like that. What are you talking about? She gladly did. And half the stuff she was doing was against what Ryan wanted her to do, which is why the plan got crazy. So y'all can miss me whenever, not y'all, because y'all ain't never seen I don't know who I'm talking to. But I don't like hearing about this Esme crap. I just want Esme to stay that name to be forever gone. But now Heather's just realizing how terrible Esme is. And I'm like, Esme's been terrible since the beginning. I mean, she slept with her boyfriend's dad. Slept with him. Seduced him. Laura keeps bringing up the cobalt poisoning. And I'm like, girl, let it go. I'm so tired of Laura. I'm tired of the whole situation. Heather talks about her realizing how bad she was now, but after Heather talks about how she knew what she was doing and it was okay with that, understanding the logic behind it, but now that she's had the surgery, she doesn't remember why it led to wanting to unalive people. Like, how would that really help my kid? And Laura like, well, outside your illness, you're just starting to see things clearly. And I was like, too bad Laura can't see that she's being played by a master manipulator. Laura you too old to be this gullible girl. You is too old to be. I feel like naturally women and even men, I'm not going to even, naturally, if you grow with wisdom and you learn from mistakes, your mistakes, others' mistakes, that's kind of wisdom. And, those kind of years, that's supposed to give you that kind of stuff. Like, every bad thing is not a bad thing. Some of that stuff is just to make you smarter so you don't keep falling into that same trap. That's called wisdom. So you pass that along, right? Right? But Laura's had quite a bit of knowledge and being played by several people in her life where she should know now and not be this gullible. And it'd be easy if they said, well, they're just making her gullible for this situation. They're making her gullible just for about everybody. And as an actress, I have to have a little say about it. Like, come on, I'm too old to be this foolish. I'm too old to be this foolish. For us wizened folks, that's embarrassing. I mean, we make some mistakes, but we ain't supposed to be making these kind of mistakes. You ain't gonna play me. And I'm looking at Heather like, yeah, honey, here's a picture of your grandson, because it's the only thing you're gonna get. Have a good time in Penfield. Ain't no getting you out, girl. Bye. Heather talks about how others see her and how they hate her for everything she's done. Rightfully so. Ain't nobody caring about no cobalt poisoning, girl. Bye. Laura said she did some horrible things, but she's still capable of love. And I just want to be like, girl, you need to slap yourself with that word right now, hard. And then when Heather says, yeah, I am, but only when it's convenient for me. I did discard my kids. And then when she said, well, you didn't abandon them in the woods, I'm like, oh, so that's the bar? That's the bar, Laura? Oh, well, at least you didn't leave him out in the woods in the middle of the forest somewhere. That's the high bar for you. Right? That's the high bar from you. She sold Franco, dropped Esme off in that little chute in the fire station. I guess that was the best thing right there for her. She sold Steven for $10,000. And this was all before the ski accident. This woman sold her sons. She sold them. And guys, I did some fact checking. Y'all might fact check and find out that might not be correct. I'm okay with being corrected. I don't care. What I'm saying is she gave away her kids. She sold her kids. She sold her children. So, okay. Anyway, she questions if she wasn't poisoned by the metal, would Esme still be alive? And would she be a chance to be a mother? And she talks about the time she spent in prisons and mental health institutions. And I was like, Heather, honey, you deserve to be there. Do you remember when you were trying to poison old girl with LSD and then you ended up taking it yourself? I can keep going. But I don't want to waste. Heather says it's possible that the cobalt might have brought out what she really is. Ya think? Oh my gosh, I can't even believe we're having this conversation. But she is happy that she still has Ace, even after losing 2 of her children. Because, yeah, she did lose 2. She only has Steven, and I don't think he's ever getting out. And that was so crazy how they turned him into some crazy person at the end. Anyway. Is that it? Is that the end of that one? Oh, that's the end of that one. Oh. We're going to go over to Corinthos Coffee, where Jason's walking around with that clipboard, but we don't never see any trucks coming or going. We don't see no workers. We don't see any coffee being moved. But he got that handy clipboard and just walking his sexy ass through that thing. I don't see no difference. I see it ain't even properly. It just anyway. Carly goes and sees Jason and tells him about her concerns about her baby daddy. Talks to him about her visit with him and about her wanting to keep Donna from him because he's going around calling her son a Judas and she's a traitor. Nah, she didn't mention Michael, but he's calling her a traitor and she doesn't want him to bring Donna into this craziness. And I thought about it, guys, and I mean, okay, so yeah, Sonny's definitely not making the best choices. That's understandable. But for you to use this as a reason for him not to see his kids when you had no problem when he was getting sniped at. He was getting sniped at. You were letting him still see Donna, Carly. Letting him still see Donna. Sniped at more than once on his island. And even after you found out, you were still letting him see Donna. So yeah, I thought, so the timing might have been kind of weird. But I guess they have to wrap it up for this story. But she tells him about how Ava, the mistress of the manor, was trying to kick her out. You ain't gotta worry about Ava no more, Carly. She's been humbled. She tells Jason about his. She also tells Jason about the threat that Sonny was going to take her to family court, which, yeah, we all know that was kind of crazy. They discuss Sonny and his medications, and she tells him about her checking his meds. And I'm like, damn it, so that means you didn't take one? That's all you had to do is take one? Damn it, Carly, you normally would do some shit like that. And that he wasn't happy about it. And I'm like, well, we ain't happy that you didn't take the damn pill. Woman, you had one job to do, Carly. Carol Ann, you had one job to do. Okay, Carol Ann? Where was I at? Jason brings up Sonny's handling with Cyrus and Dex and the Pine Barrens. It was so sloppy and impulsive, and that he is too smart for this. And he's right. We've all seen Sonny in these situations before, and he is too smart for this. He normally would not have done none of that. He would have had somebody else do it. Moving along. Carly mentions to Jason about asking Sonny to have his levels checked, and that he also refused to do that, and that bipolar will actually have you thinking that everything's okay in your mind while everybody else is looking at you like, sure you're okay? Sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Why are you asking me that? I'm great! You're like, yeah, no, you're not okay. You're not okay at all. What's wrong with you? You don't want me to be happy. That's not a healthy happy. They discuss any people that are left in Sonny's spear, and Sonny's spear. And there's a mention of Dante and of Christina. And Carly's like, those would be great options, but Christina's pregnant. And Sonny would automatically know that it was me that got them over there, which would mean that he would push them out. And she doesn't want Sonny any more alone than he already is. And I'm like, are they really going to do a Carly and Sonny reunion? Did they just tease us with telling us that they weren't going to have this happening and this might be a future thing? I can wait for this. I want to see, after Sonny gets healthy, him and Eva, see what happens with that. And I don't know, Jagger's going to get found out that he has been betraying Carly, so that's not going to work. So I guess it will be Jason. I don't know. Maybe somebody different. Maybe be some hotness going on. Who knows? And we've had a lot of people popping up in Port Charles lately. But anyway, where was I at? Oh, they bring up Aunt Stella. Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. Ava's name is mentioned, because of Morgan and the med situation. But Carly doesn't see where her win is in all of this. And I said, honey, that's because she doesn't have one. And I mean, I think the wind or the wings, or the wind and the wings that she thought she had got away when Eva, fine ass, walked in that house. And you know what I'm saying? That all went out the door, baby. And then Aunt Stella's name was thrown out. And when they mentioned Aunt Stella, you know who I thought about, right, guys? Epiphany would have already been on Sonny. She would have been like, what's going on with you? When's the last time you had your levels checked? I think you need to get in to have your levels checked. And she would let him slide. And then she would have seen her again. And she would be like, you're coming in to get your levels checked. I miss Epiphany. I really, really do. And I really think that she would have gotten on Sonny's butt. She would have been the one. Yeah, she definitely would have. Carly wouldn't even have to do too much. Check out your boy. She would have checked him. You coming to get your levels checked. You know what I'm saying? Because Epiphany wasn't playing that at all. So, yeah. Carly brings up Sonny being different since Nixon Falls. Girl, right though? That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. I'm like, they saying how erratic he was after a certain time frame. I said Sonny ain't been right since he came back. And I know a couple of people have said something about that in the comments about his medications not being like he hadn't picked them up or something like that. Yeah. I think he ain't been taking his meds right since he came back. I think this whole entire situation kind of just Nixon just kind of messed him up. But she mentions the breakup with Nina, and maybe it's just pride. And I was like, no, it's just the meds. And his pride about, him catching you and Jason about to do the wahoo-hoo in their house in his bed. Because y'all was about to get married. Even though he sees and he knows that it was a good thing, he don't care. He would rather the world burn than Jason touch you. Just like when he did that, set that pettiness in motion about you and him sleeping together. Yeah, Sonny's been... I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of weird. And that's when Jagger walks in and is actually, I'm surprised to see you here. And I'm like, really, Jagger? Are you? Are you surprised? And so was Carly. She was like, right, Twerry, is he surprised? I'm sitting here seeing my best friend. What are you doing here? Right. High five that one, girl. Because what is he doing there? And that's when he's like, and then she mentioned something about she saved his ass from getting beat. He's like, well, Allison, it's not, everything's not about you. Yet you have been riding Jason like a bullhorn because of his showing Carly some love. No, he might not, in your eyes, have been there to see that, to do that. But just like General, I think GH Schiff said something about that, or it might have been Frank, and not Frank. James Lawton and Frank. I can't remember which one. But one of them said that, he would have to come back doing the natural Jason thing. Because if he's not doing that, people are going to be sus on him. So it makes sense that he would do that. Jagger's just too small-minded to see it. And I agree with that. But anyway, he flashes his badge and talks about it's official business. And Carly's like, nope, not without Diane. Jason's like, it's all cool. And she says, Diane wouldn't think this is cool at all. But she steps, but she really doesn't step because Carly does what Carly does best. And that's slide to the left and the back and listen to the whole entire conversation about what's going on. And I am so mad, and I hope, because we don't know if that was all Jagger said to Jason, I hope he mentions the fact of why he's blackmailing. Why he's making Jason work is because of what Carly did about that RICO violation. So now she knows what's going on. But anyway, Jagger's telling Jason about the Sonny connection to Pikeman and his arrest by the FBI. And Jason lets him know, man, Sonny ain't even talking to me, bruh. And he's like, well, Brendan's name and Roman's name is brought up, and Jagger was knowing that they were doing some type of business in Port Charles, and Jason's like, and this was before I came back. But he says, yeah, but I'm just noticing that there's an ongoing association with Pikeman and Sonny. Dum-ba-dum-dum. And I'm like, well, you've made it so bad for Jason as far as Sonny and him connection. I don't think that's going to work as far as you putting him in Sonny's organization no more. Sonny ain't going to trust him. Sonny'd rather shoot Jason than trust him, especially right now with how erratic he's being. But we're gonna head over to the last story, and this checking out Anna's new spot. What should we say, Sasha's old spot that she just got. Well, I guess she didn't get evicted from, but she left because she can no longer afford it. That's Sasha's apartment. I remember that set very well. And who do we see? Calvin. Because now we're on a first name basis because, we're not at the office. So Calvin, Chocolate Bennett, had the recruits bring up boxes, and I'm like, And there's little jokes about the eternal affairs and him taking full responsibility. And I'm going like, what's going on here? What's going on here? I mean, she's had chocolate before. And I was right. Dr. Andre Maddox. Yum. Are they Kim testing them? Because I'm for it. Yes, I am, guys. Go get you some chocolate. I hope you get over Valentine that strong. Mm. Of course, they have to keep on the affairs because I don't think they can talk because, she's a police commissioner. I'm pretty sure she can't have an affair with her detective. But when has Anna ever did anything truly on the level when it comes to her lovers? He leaves. And Felicia comes over to check out her bestie's new spot. And Valentine's name, of course, comes up when she mentions that Char's going back to boarding school. And and Felicia's like, "Honey, what?" And Anna tells her about her and Valentine running into each other at the metro. And Felicia, of course, is like, well, he has been obsessed with you since the Cold War. That's true, yes. He's always had this. That's why it was so crushing to see them fall, because Valentine has always had this obsession, but that's all it's been. I think he naturally craves Nina, but he knows he can't have her back. That's just my opinion, because of everything that he's went through with Nina. I think they're more equally matched, if you get my drift. But moving along. Are my eyes crossing? I feel like my eyes are crossing, guys. Where we at? And then there's the doorbell's ring, and you heard Anna say, "Oh, it's probably just Calvin." That's another recruit thing. Oh, no, it's Valentina Flowers. But she went right to Calvin. "Yeah, Anna, you want that chocolate thunder, girl." And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay, girl. Let me stop. And Felicia brings up the reason for Anna and Valentine's breaking up. It was because of no trust, right? And so what's with this dinner? Oh, no, I just skipped something. So, flowers from Valentine. "Congratulations. Looking forward to dinner." And Felicia's like, "Hold up. What? What do you mean? Okay, wait a second. Dinner? What's going on here? What is up, girl? Talk to me." And Anna flashes over her and Jason talking about, about Pikeman and Valentine, and he's more than just a messenger. So she's basically going in to pick Valentine's brain. And I'm thinking she's a little leery about that because, of, connections and emotions. But she says she's better than him. She's the best. So she should be able to push all that aside. And she's like, "I really don't trust him that much anyway." And Felicia's like, "Good, because I don't want to have to do it. Check you for head injuries." And admits that she does miss him. And Felicia's like, "Well, I'm a little disappointed. But I do know that he cares about you, girl." I'm like, "Felicia, I know you ain't talking." But then I'm thinking she's probably looking like, "Girl, you too old to be sitting there playing games with this fool." And admits that's why things are really complicated, because they love each other. And she feels like Valentine gets her. And I wrote, I hope she lets Valentine go. He's put more into Nina than her. Even in the Charlotte situation, made her feel like in some way that Charlotte's shooting was part of her problem too. And I'm not gonna say he said it outwardly, but some of his actions toward Anna made me feel like he was lightweight blaming her when that was all on him. And still, he never trusted Anna with nothing that was going on with Char. If you love somebody and you want to build a family with that person, you're going to want them to be involved in those kind of things. The fact that he pushed her so far out when it came to Char, but brought Nina in makes me feel, and I could be wrong, guys, but because this is my feeling, so I guess whatever. Makes me feel like Nina is the one that really gets him. I mean, I feel like Anna was the obsession, something he always wanted but couldn't have. Ever since they were in WSB. She was always something he could never have. But Nina, that's a different level. She said the dinner is for closure. And I was like, I hope so, because bring on Chocolate Bennett, baby. I'm ready for that. You know what? And when I see him, I seen that kind of, that Kim, I seen the Kim, I let myself see the Kim. I think that's what I'm going to say. Because they've been Kim testing them for a minute. And I really peeked on her smile with him. It brought me back to Doctor. I was like, I know she's had some chocolate in her life before. And I kept trying to think, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, he was just recently on with his fine ass. Yeah. So what's is that gonna be Anna's love interest? I'm for it. I'm for it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. Ooh, wow, this has been a long one. Thank you so much for hanging tough with me. You guys have an amazing day tomorrow. Sleep well. I'm not gonna do comments tonight because I have an early meeting. I was supposed to be in bed already. I swear, I think I was doing cross eyes. I don't know. Yeah, see y'all guys tomorrow. Good night.